Hey everybody, it's time for another eBay seller shout out. This is the video where we celebrate the eBay community and all your sales regardless of the dollar amount. We are going to start with Julie. Purchased at a Salvation Army for $7.99. Took less than a week to sell for best offer of $50. Would have sold for more, but it has a chip on the lid that I disclosed. This is Mackenzie Child's yellow parchment check enamel tea kettle. $8 and it sold for $50. Bethany Henderson found 6 sets of figs, that's Figs, scrubs, in excellent condition. These sold in 2 days for offer of $40. Paid about $8 a set. Figs, women's Casma scrub top and Yola scrub pants. $8 for the set, sold for $40. Stormy Renew, purchased with a huge bin of matchbooks 8 years ago. Once I'd sold a few matchbooks and profited a couple of hundred, the rest of the tub became a death pile. Finally listed these in November, so they took 5 months to sell. Set of 4 Matchboxes, Paul Marshall psychedelic artwork, bathtub Betty, and acid pills. And this set of 4 Matchboxes sold for $75. Cassie B, another item from my mom, sold on best offer for $34.40. Factory sealed Disney The Princess Collection sticker album. So free, sold for $34.40. Suzanne Akers, free to me, sold in 6 weeks. Johnson & Johnson Red Rings Blue Ball Rattle and Play, looks like bath set. $24.99, and it was free. Bill Hunt, from my grandfather's estate cleanout, so free to me, sold for $57.14 after about a week. Conair gel and lather heating machine system dispenser open box. Free, sold for $57.14. Carol Hollis, this has been shuffled around in the death pile for about 5 years. Bought at a thrift store in a bag sale, so probably $1 or $2 into it. Sold in 2 days for best offer of $34.95. April Cornell tablecloth. And isn't that funny that this happens to everybody? You have something and you just can't bring yourself to list it. You keep putting it aside, or something else is more exciting, and then you finally list it and it sells right away. Eileen Cole. This vintage recipe book was part of a pile of clippings and booklets I grabbed from the kitchen of an estate sale. It was a bundle deal estate sale, so I have just pennies into this. Sold for $33.92 plus shipping and took 2 months to sell. The Basic Cake Formula Cookbook, 5th Standard Brands, 1936, so 5th edition. And what did she say? It was part of a bundle deal, so just a few pennies, sold for $33.92. Suzanne Keene, Trash to Cash, found this vintage cowboy hat in an alley behind a shopping center while looking for styrofoam pieces. Hat was stained and well worn, and I knew the store it came from closed 20 years ago. Sold in 1 month for $79.99, headed to a prop house in Austin. The item is Resistol self-conforming cowboy western hat, and she put on the title Trashed. So there you go, Trash to Cash, $0, and it sold for $80. Diana Warren, purchased in a lot at an estate sale for $8, so maybe 50 cents or less for this one. Sold for $34.99 in about a week. Disney Parks Eeyore Glitter Snowflake Christmas Ornament. 50 cents, sold for $34.99. And yes, I like to repeat how much someone paid and the selling price, just so you get it. And I hope that gets you excited about things that you have to list in your death pile. Stephen Gittler from our personal collection, sold for 20 bucks. Mattel 1999 Pooh's Friendly Places Piglets Day of Croquet. So just something lying around the house or stuck in a closet for many years, and it sold for 20 bucks. Joy Fulkin. I love this sale. Thanks to this group for intriguing me with their estate sale finds. Bought this at one of my first estate sales for $5. Sold in a couple of weeks for full price. Went to New York City. This is vintage Christian Dior Monsieur robe, one size, from the 90s. $5, sold for $49.99. Brandy Hera, bought for $1 at a thrift store, sold overnight. Vintage sippy cups, tumble mates, the first years. And my kids had these. $1, sold for $34.99. And I wonder what the draw is. Like, are these better? Are they like BPA free before they started putting that in the plastic stuff? I'm just curious as to what makes them valuable because they're just plastic. Okay, Patty Paul from a cousin's estate, so free to me, listed for about 3 months. Vintage lot of 5 mini Smurf figures. Sold for $19.99. Tammy Mitchell. These were free. Sold in 12 months for $69.96 plus shipping. Bible Storybook Series volumes 1 through 4 and 6 through 10. So number 5 was missing, and they still sold for just under $70. Jennifer Hungate purchased a large box of hubcaps in an online auction for maybe $11 or so. There were at least 30 in the box, so maybe 40 cents. Sold for full asking price plus shipping. Was in the shop, meaning her eBay shop, for 7 months. I've sold 6 out of the lot so far. So this is 1999 to 2004 Mustang alloy wheel hubcaps. See, they've got the running Mustang on there. 40 cents, and this one sold for $10.95. Carlos Chavez. I got this vintage ladies body legs solid bronze or brass exotic nutcracker. That is definitely an unusual item. He got it free from Facebook Marketplace, and it sold in about 2 weeks for $29.99 plus shipping. Just take a look at that interesting item. That's definitely going to be a conversation piece. Free and sold for 30 bucks. Janessa Winter, and I sold one just like this a few years back, and I forget what I sold it for. But the Singamajigs are a big deal. Paid 50 cents, sold about 2 hours after listing. This is a Singamajig fairy plush, sold for $67.49. Susie Palmer Grant paid $3.40 for these at one of the most awesome scoops of men clothes ever at one of my favorite thrift stores. Sold in 2 months for $87.43 plus shipping. These are Zanella Super 120s wool pants, men's dress pants. $3.40, sold for $87.43. Diane Wells took best offer of $17 for this golf award. It was listed about a month, part of an estate lot. Paid $2. Plexiglass Titleist Hole-in-One Award Trophy Paperweight, and she took $17. Kim Smith, new BOLO brand for me, paid $5.99 at Goodwill, sold for $60 in a few weeks. I found this sitting on the dressing room rack. My son and husband wished it was their size. So the brand is Hex Stealth Screen Real Tree, and it is a size 2 extra large camo long sleeve pullover shirt. It was $6 and sold for $60. Now here's a blast from the past. Eileen Cole. My husband was cleaning out some of his childhood stuff and gave me these Wacky Pack stickers to sell. I listed them right in line with the comps for $39 plus shipping, and they sold in 2 hours. And I so remember these. They were so funny. 1970s to 74 lot of 39 Wacky Pack stickers. And they're just a play on words, like Captain Crunch cereal is Captain Crud. I can't read most of these because it's so small, but um, it just goes in line with those Saturday Night Live commercials where they have a parody of a real product. And I remember I loved these. We all had them and traded them like trading cards in elementary school. Okay, Ginger Lamplight, more from the estate sale perfume and cosmetics haul last week. Paid $2 per set, sold for $45 each set. Buyer bought 2 sets, so $4 investment into a $90 sale, free shipping. The item is a brand called Carol's Daughter, and it's a repairing shampoo and conditioner. Donna Shirley paid $7.50 at St. Vincent thrift store, listed for 1 month, sold for $40. Great American Fun Puppet Marionette Monster String Puppet. Sold for $40. She paid $7.50. Linda Peters paid 60 cents a pair at thrift stores, sold in 1 day. These are prosthetic socks. And let's see, it's a lot of 3, so $1.80 investment, sold for $19. Kathleen Gifford. It's not a Baby Morgan, but still a nice find. I got this blanket at a Goodwill about 1 month ago for $4.99, and it sold for $50. And that's okay. Baby Morgan is not the only game in town. Vintage baby blankets do very well. So this is a vintage Carter's yellow plush velour satin trim baby crib blanket. And let's see, she paid $5 and it sold for $50. Kathy Jordan Hermans got this Bolswavia Polish pottery piece, say that 5 times fast, for $3.59 at St. Vinny's, even though I wasn't sure what it was, but this line always sells. Turned out to be a teapot warmer, listed for a year and sold for $19.95 on offer to a watcher, going about 45 minutes up the road from me in Oregon. So there you can see it is the Bolswavia Polish pottery teapot warmer. And yes, that pattern is a good seller. Cheryl Green purchased at an estate sale for $5 about 3 months ago, sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Genuine Hewlett Packard 45 black ink cartridges. Denise Rogge. Slow eBay week for me. I've been doing this for enough years to expect it now and then. Fortunately, I started cross-posting last year It helps fill in the gaps when my eBay store has a bad week. This vintage Magic 8 ball was my big eBay sale this week. I'm selling vintage toys for my sister in law's brother for a 25% fee, so my commission was only $6.76 after fees, but it's okay. It only took a week to sell, and I was grateful for even the small profit after a slow week. Here's another item I had as a kid and totally trusted the answers. Vintage Magic 8 ball fortune teller with box. We would sit around at slumber parties and ask this 8 ball questions, and we would totally believe the answers. Am I going to have a boyfriend next week? And the 8 ball would say, it's entirely possible, or something like some vague answer like that, and we just totally believed it. Okay, Mary Alice Gray got this at Savers last Wednesday for $3.99, put it on eBay on Thursday, and sold it on Sunday for an offer of $49.50. This is Busilla paper dolls and teddy bear counted cross stitch kit, $49.50, and it only cost $4. This is kind of the holy grail of cross stitch and craft kits is the Busilla. There's lots of others, but this is the name a lot of us remember when we're out there looking. Okay, Terry Wilcox. My son found this at Goodwill when we were out thrifting together. I paid $5.99 for it, and it sold for full asking price after about a week and a half. Vintage luggage going to grandma's. Girls red hard suitcase. $6 and it sold for $39.50. And isn't that cute? It's just adorable. Tina DeVore got this at Goodwill for $3.99 and have had it listed for almost 2 years. Sold for asking price of $42.50 and it's headed to Alaska tomorrow. Fisher Price, grandfather doll. And this is Loving Family. It goes with the Fisher Price Loving Family dollhouse. And this is the African American grandpa. $42.50 and cost her $4. Maggie May paid $12 at a thrift store in the fall. Accepted best offer of $56.79. I love this style of ceramics. Large 10-inch tall, 7-inch wide, Vilser ceramics of Coimbra, Portugal. Hand-painted vase. That is pretty. Andrew Silveroli, and I love the name of his store, Random Stuff Utopia. Bought this from Goodwill for $2.75, sold in 1 week for full asking, which was $25. New 2004 Arby's Restaurant Promotional Oven Mitt. How about that? An oven mitt that sold for $25. Emily Fortner paid around $1 for this and a lot of things from a garage sale 2 summers ago. Been listed for about a year and sold for full price of $27.99. Calico Critters Hopscotch Rabbit. So it looks like it's just a little figurine. $1. Well, it was mixed in with other things, so less than $1. Sold for just under $28. Marlo Martin Jackson, free to me, sold for best offer of $35. New in box, Armani. The scent is called Because It's You, and this is perfume for women. It was free and it sold for $35. Okay, Julie Brown. I'm always on the lookout for Waverly, Ralph Lauren, and Crocil bath towels and accessories. This pattern, Coastal Beach Haven, I had not seen before. Due to its rarity and beach theme, I picked up the 2 sets at an estate sale for $10. They sold on best offer of $74.99 plus shipping in 19 days. I received wonderful feedback for the product and service that I gave. So it's 2 sets of a beach-themed towels and washcloth sold for just under $75. And we're going to end with Marcia Hamby. This was my daughter's when she was little. She's 31 now. And I've been saving some of her cute little clothes to make a quilt with, which she had no interest in. So I listed this a few months ago, figuring it wouldn't sell until spring. Sold for full price. Vintage Winnie the Pooh Girls Shorts Romper Size 4T. And it sold for $49.97. Okay, that wraps up this edition of Seller Shoutout. Keep posting your sales, and more importantly, keep tackling those death piles because your item could sell within minutes. Someone could be looking for it right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day on eBay. Bye.